Steve and Bobby were inseparable. They went on walks together every day and they played fetch in the park. Bobby loved to cuddle up with Steve on the couch, and she would always sleep at the foot of his bed. Steve and Bobby loved to go on walks together and play fetch in the park. They would also go on trips to the countryside sometimes, and Bobby liked to swim in the river. Steve couldn't swim, unfortunately, but that was okay. She enjoyed it a lot, and Steve loved to watch her having fun and enjoying herself in the water. Bobby was always up for an adventure, and she loved spending time with her best friend. One day Steve was sitting on the couch with Bobby. She was 8 years old now, and she was still his best friend. Steve looked down at her and smiled. He knew that he would never forget her. "I love you, Bobby," said Steve. Bobby wagged her tail and licked Steve's hand. "You're the best dog a man could ask for," Steve said. Bobby barked in agreement. They sat in silence for a few more minutes, just enjoying each other's company. Then Steve stood up. "Come on, Bobby," he said. "Let's go for a walk." Bobby followed Steve out of the door, and they went for a walk around the block. It was a beautiful day, and Steve was glad to be spending time with his best friend. As they walked, Steve thought about all the good times he and Bobby had shared. They had been through a lot together, and they had always been there for each other. Steve knew that he would never forget Bobby, and he was grateful for the time they had left together. Steve and Bobby continued to have many more adventures together. They went on more trips to the countryside, and Bobby swam in the river. She was always up for a challenge and loved making new memories with her best friend. One day Steve and Bobby were walking in the hills when they came across a lost child. The child was scared and alone, but after a short while looking, Steve and Bobby were able to find her parents. The parents were so grateful, and they thanked Steve and Bobby profusely. Steve and Bobby were just happy to help. They knew they could always count on each other, no matter what. Steve and Bobby lived happily ever after. They had many more adventures together, and they always made each other smile.